Good morning from Northumberland on another beautiful day. It's Sunday the 9th of August, and we have an interesting situation here with the readings again today, in that we're reading as our gospel reading the same gospel that we read on Monday. And so that's a nightmare for people like me who have to talk about it again just a few days later. But actually, I think it's good to repeat these things. The reading is this story of Jesus coming across the sea in the storm to the disciples who are struggling in the heavy weather, in the storm. And he comes to them walking across the water, which encourages Peter to try to walk across the water, although his faith fails him and he begins to sink and has to grip onto Jesus. And but it reminds us that actually we live in a series of cycles. The Christian faith isn't about finding our relationship with God and then living peacefully without any problems for the rest of our lives. Christian faith is about our faith in God, our relationship with God, informing every day of our lives, and our ability to reach out to God in the storms of life, which will come again and again and again. This morning, my headlines, when I opened my computer and looked at the BBC News, were all about, will we be able to get the schools back in September, and is there a rise in the number of coronavirus cases nationally? How do we understand this? How do we unpick this? And what it proves to us, of course, is that this storm of coronavirus and the pandemic has not gone away. We are still living in this storm. We're learning to navigate our way through the difficulties and the complexities of this storm. But the principles that have brought us so far are important. The principles about taking responsibility for our own safety, the principles about being careful about what we do, and that we may not necessarily want to do all the things that we're permitted to do because they might not be wise for us. So I think we have to hold on to those things and keep going with those things. But in that storm, there is still the same message that I think I've been saying to you for many more than 100 days. In the storm, in the difficulties, we are not alone, because we can rely on the presence and the love of the one who loves us first. And like Peter, if we feel we're going to beginning to sink, we need to reach out and to say to God, Lord, don't let me sink. Lord, be with me. Lord, sustain me. Lord, be my strength in this particular storm, as you have been my strength in the storms that have gone before, and as I know you will be my strength in the storms that are ahead. Help me to trust in you and to live each day in your love. May God bless us in that always.